What's good, YouTube? It's Aggressive Rise and Prophecy. And today we're going to be reacting to CubanDoll full video, or not full video, full interview. CubanDoll mom passing, Asian doll, Rocky Bad, Stunner Girl, Jada Youngin, 6ix9ine. She talked about the whole 9 yard. Shout out to Mongoose State of Mind. This is an hour long video. Or this is a 1 hour long video. So, yeah, I can't show the video because, due to copyrights, but you can use your 5 senses. Your 5 senses, I should say. So, we're going to get into this video. Oh, God, I forgot. I forgot to charge my tablet. My tablet's at 28%. So, I'm already halfway there. I'm at like the 5-minute mark. But we're going to go back to the beginning.
Dang, it's this, So
yeah, we're going to go back to the beginning.
But do you feel like you get your flowers? Like, do you feel like what you've been able to accomplish, do people really celebrate you the way you should?
No.
I'll put the link in the description box down below.
Only from, people I know or knew me, before I was doing music and stuff. But just, overall, no.
No, I'm not going there.
Why do you...
I already heard what... Let me see, I was at...
What's the question?
Here's one thing you need to do before buying
anything online.
Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first.
Yeah, I would say, so North Dallas, you moved around a lot, if you could...
And then we knew my grandfather, he passed too when I was young, probably around 10 or something.
Gotcha.
Let me see if I can check out the light.
When your parents were going to jail, was it evident that that's what was happening? Was your grandmother creating an excuse they had to go out of town for business, or?
Nah, it was very transparent situation. I mean, we had both.
Keep it up there, I ain't gonna lie.
Either our dad would call us, or my mom would call us. Stay right in her.
But with CubanDoll, obviously her mom passing, I think that took a lot out of her. Even though, she said in this interview that her mom and her dad was in and out of jail. And, that can psychologically, damage a child, you know what I'm saying? Because, she said it in the interview right now that, it was normal for her, it was normal to her, or it was normal to her for her parents to see her parents in and out of jail. But as she grown and got, into her body, or as she grown, she realized, damn, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that can, you can have a weak mindset because, you need that, mother figure in your life, and her grandma wasn't it. She couldn't really, give her, that motherly love that her actual mom could give because she was in and out of jail. So, she turned out just fine. I know a lot of females that's her age. She's 24. No, she's 25 right now. So she has to be 24 in this interview. So, I know girls that's 24, 25 years old that looks ugly as shit, if you actually see her, right? Look at her. You can't tell me that she ain't ugly. She's not ugly, she's very biracial. She's biracial, so, biracial females will always get that, good complexion look, when you white and black, you get that mixture of, perfectionist, So.
Sometimes she'll go to your in the house and then we'll just have to, relocate or something.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Now, growing up, looking at that upbringing, do you feel like it had an impact on you in any way now that you're an adult?
Now looking back, I be dang, that wasn't normal. Most people, they had their parents, and even most artists, you know, when they start doing music, they take their parents with them, their mom. You know, the mama always come first, so, you know, most people, they help with their mom.
And then the mom becomes the manager, and you know what I'm saying, which is the most cases for most artists. You know, I mean, you don't actually have to have your actual manager. You know, your manager can be your mom, your dad. You know what I'm saying? Someone you can trust. You know.
Mom, now that I'm in my 24-year-old body.
Yeah, I was right. So she was 24 at this time. She just now turned. Well, this year she just turned 25. So she looking good for a 25-year-old. You know.
This is mine. I'm just like, dang, like, I ain't get this, you know. So I feel like it affected my life, and, you know, just really, like, gave me something to talk about, like, share my story. And believe it or not, it's a lot of other people that, you know, can relate to my situation. I used to kind of, like, not embrace it, but, you know, it's part of my story, so I embrace it.
Okay. And at what point growing up did you start getting into rap, and who introduced it to you, and who were some of your influences?
Okay, so I grew up listening to rap music. My mom or daddy didn't care, like, you know, and they was big on hip hop. So I was always into rap music. I just love music. I was the type of person who love music. Like, I can't even ride in the car if some music not playing. Like, I'm just be so.
Yeah, me too. I mean, to put it in zodiac terms, Tauruses and Aquariuses are like, you know, solar panels. You know, they like side by side. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like a Taurus, they love music to some degree. Aquarius, same thing. Aquarius love music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always have like speakers. I have 3 speakers. You know what I'm saying? Let me show y'all. I have this one, which is the blue one. Okay. Oh, I have this big black one. Okay, I have this one. And I have this one, but I can't find the charger to it. Or I have to find a charger for it. It's Motorola. So I have 3 speakers. So I always carry music. I always carry music anywhere I go because, you know, music is, you know, speaks from the heart. You know what I'm saying? So
Irritating. So I just love music and, you know, the process of it and songs and stuff. Like, before I was doing music, I would just, like, worship songs and, you know, like, that's my theme song. I love this song. And then some of my influence growing up, I always got to say Nicki Minaj. She's the first female that.
I could see why she's every single post that she posts on Instagram is about Nicki. But for some reason, they can never do a duet. But look how long it took freaking Ice Spice to make a duet with Nicki Minaj. Does that make sense? Like, here's CubanDoll, a Stan fan. You know what I'm saying? Who's been worshiping and loving Nicki Minaj's songs. She posts them. She posts her almost. You know, she posts her almost every single day, but she can never get a song together with her. But here comes Ice Spice. She barely have what 4 or 5 years of experience. Look how long CubanDoll has been in the game versus how long Ice Spice has been in the game. You mean to tell me that she cannot get a duet, a song together with Nicki Minaj? But Ice Spice already made a duet with Taylor Swift and Nicki Minaj. How does that make any sense? Maybe their time schedule was different. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. You know. I mean, for you to be her idol, for you to say, oh, she's my idol, I grew up listening to her, this and that, when you finally get in the rap game, you would expect at least at some point, y'all would do a duet song together, or a song or a track together, you know what I'm saying? But it never came into fruition, you know what I'm saying? But then again, like I said, maybe their schedule is different, You know, like maybe CubanDoll's schedule don't work for Nicki, and Nicki's schedule don't work for CubanDoll. You know, I mean, obviously Nicki Minaj is way up there, and CubanDoll is like, you know, barely scratching the surface. You know what I'm saying? So, but Ice Spice has barely been in the game for about what, a year, a few months, 2 years. She's been in the game because I think she blew up around 2019, right? So I don't know. It's weird.
That I seen, like, you know, doing her big one and going far and inspiring females and stuff. And then I was young too around when Nicki came out, so she was, you know, the Harajuku Barbie, the pretty girl, pink hair, and I was, you know, into all that. So Nicki Minaj is definitely one.
I mean, obviously, I'm not saying back then, because obviously, you know, CubanDoll was in high school when Nicki Minaj came out, right? But now she's in the rap game. She still hasn't done a, you know, solo song with her, you know, which is weird, you know, because that's her biggest fan. She idolized her, but you know, it's just weird to me.
Lil Wayne for
An incredibly popular zombie survival game is now
Yeah,
available on Steam. There are loads of different hero types to choose from.
for sure.
So she's naming artists that was around the early 2000s. Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, you know, Cardi B, she'll probably say. Rihanna, she'll probably say. Beyonce, she'll probably say. And I've never heard, I've seen bits and clips of it, but I've never seen the whole, you know, video, you know.
Drake.
So you was just young moneyed out.
Lil Boosie, Lil Webby, for sure.
Yeah, she grew up around the wait, hold on. Alexa. I think she was born in 1995, I believe. Alexa. When was CubanDoll born? Okay. So she was around that 2000 in that 2000 era. That's why, you know, she's naming all these, you know, artists that seems very familiar to some of y'all.
But I was like in like middle school and stuff.
Have you worked with BK yet?
I did actually, yeah. He sent me hella beats all the time and hooks and stuff.
Gotcha. You said Webby and Boosie. You know what? Growing up in Detroit, I could never get into them.
What?
I couldn't get into Boosie, I couldn't get into Webby, and I couldn't get into Gucci.
Wow.
Like, cause you know, like, I'm older, of course, way older than you.
Yeah.
But I come from an era when somebody got bars, it's, you thinking Eminem, you thinking Nas, you think
Yeah.
all that lyrical miracle, blah, 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 blah. So people, when I was playing ball, we'd be in the locker room, they were like, man, Gucci, he got bars. And I heard Gucci say a line, my money longer than Shaq's feet. I said, bro, that's not a hard punchline. I like this. But once I moved down south and started hearing it more, I can appreciate it. Now it's like, I got on the Boosie, and I used to, like, I didn't like his voice at first.
I'm going to stop at 10 minutes. I'm going to chop it up. So each, I'm going to chop it up. So I'm going to play, let me see, I'm going to stop it at 10, and then tomorrow I'm going to do another 10 minutes, and then on top of that I'm going to do another 10 minutes, and another 10 minutes. So I'm at 8:18 right now, because if you could see it, look how long this junk is. An hour. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just for the people who think I'm not, you know, watching anything, you know, but it's an hour and 11 minutes long and 55 seconds. Yeah, so that's a long ass video. So I'm just gonna chop it up every 10 minutes, you know. So when it reaches 10, When it reaches 10:13, I'm gonna end it. Tomorrow, another 10. Tomorrow, another 10. Another 10. Another 10. You know what I'm saying? So.
But I want to ask you, between the two, who do you like better? Who influenced you more, Boosie or Webby?
I would say, I don't know, they kind of ran together, like, back in the day, like, when I was just really on them heavy, like, that was, you know, running together.
But if
But
they
probably,
versus,
I would say Boosie.
So if Boosie and Webby did a versus against each other, Boosie got more slaps.
Yeah.
Then Webby.
It's kind of hard to say, because you depend on every baby so much. Damn, to that bitch. But, I don't know. I don't really like versus and people together. But, I would say probably Boosie had a more, like, he had a lot of stuff going on, like, so.
Yeah.
I was really in tune to that and stuff.
For sure. Now, you into a lot of music. At what point did you start rapping? How did you get into it?
I think she rapped around 2017.
I started rapping like when I was 18. I was like 17 or 18. So, I was always around, like, in the studios, different studios, you know, with artists that rap in Dallas and stuff. And then, people already thought I was a rapper or whatever. And then, I just started rapping. Put out a snippet. They was fucking with it. I had artists under my stuff. And like, when I put out my first snippet, labels was reaching out to me and stuff. So, like, from that day on, like, I just took it serious.
Gotcha. But prior to getting to rap, your aim was modeling, right?
Not so. I used to say that, but I was just more like posting pictures on Instagram. It's not like I went to like modeling agencies and like tried to.
Alright, I'm gonna stop it there. Tomorrow I'm gonna resume. But yeah, man. Because this is a long ass video. I didn't really think it was gonna be this long. But yeah. So you know, reacting to CubanDoll's video it got me more into her personal life. You know what I'm saying? She's 25, have no kids, never been married, had numerous boyfriends. One of them, obviously, Tato, abused her. She has a rated R X tape out. If y'all want to go see that, it's on, those, pornographic websites, whatever. Every friend she has don't like her. Asian doll, don't like her. Stunner girl, obviously don't like her. At one point, Rocky Bad was her friend, supposedly. She don't like her. So the only one that really likes her and really is by her side all the time is Molly Brazy. Molly Brazy is another Detroit rapper. She's fine as hell though. She can rap too. She got bars. But yeah, so I mean, and then there's like alleged that CubanDoll is paying Molly Brazy $2K, $20K, $40K just to be her friend because she don't have any friends. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why when you see her all the time, she's always shacking, she was always at somebody else's house and not her house, which is very funny because I be on her Instagram live all the time, and then people would just be saying like, "Who house are you in? Who house are you in? Do you have your own house? This and that." But I mean, it's funny because people don't know other people's situation, and people just assume that she's shacking. You know what I'm saying? Not shack, but just shacking. If anybody knows shacking, that's when somebody is mooching off another person. Living off another person financially, because obviously they don't have their own crib. Or sometimes they, will rent out a place, a fancy looking place, what I'm saying, for like 3, 4, 5, 6 days, you know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. I will put the link in the description box down below, and then tomorrow we will resume to part 2.